Gold, it's had investors' attention for a while, but it's really become popular in the last few years, and prices for the precious metal have skyrocketed. It's currently at $1,700 an ounce. You may even have dreamt one day of mining for your own gold. Well, our guest this morning actually does that. Zane Treesh lives in Alaska and mines with his family in the Fortymile mining district. Good morning, Zane.
Good morning.
And we should say you didn't come in just for us, and you didn't just come in this morning. You've been here for a few days.
Yeah, a couple weeks down here now.
So gold mining, I had no idea that this was actually something you could do. Tell us what you do.
In Alaska, there's still quite a few families mine small placer mine operations, which involves with the equipment and looking through the gravel, putting it through a plant, running it just like the old timers did through a sluice box, a little more updated with metal boxes and things like that. It concentrates in the mats, and we clean the mats out and hopefully find some gold there.
How excited do you get when you find gold? I mean, do you ever get over it?
You don't get over it. It's always a thrill at the end of the day when you shut down the machinery and you go and look at the boxes and you're wondering, well, how did we do today? It's some days are better than others, and the good days make up for the bad days.
Good. And when you find gold in the rough, what does it look like?
Pretty much what you see in jewelry. I mean, they don't.
There's some pictures.
Polishes up pretty good there, but once you see it in the natural, you don't miss it. I said we looked at the sluice box. When you look in the sluice box, it just stands out right there. Huh. You can pick it out real quick.
Okay, because around these parts we have fool's gold, which is, you know,
right.
If you're familiar with that,
it's
exciting when you're a kid and you find some fool's gold around here.
Yeah.
I won't lie.
It's not worth quite as much.
No, not at all. That's why it's fool's. Yeah.
Right.
So tell us what you're doing here in the Tri-States.
I'm giving a speech tomorrow night. For the Palmyra Library. They're trying to get some more support and show that libraries are about more than just books. And so we're thought that people would be interested about it. I'm a librarian up in the city of Eagle River, and so kind of a natural fit with my family mining and people being interested in that. So I'm trying to help out there.
Great. And what can people expect if they come to the speech?
At the talk, I've got a 30-minute video that I've put together showing the process all the way from the start to finish. Well, maybe not the finish, but showing the process of what it takes to mine and a little bit of the country around and a few animals. I think it'll be interesting for people to see and learn about Alaska.
Sure, because you don't get that stuff around here. And I told you in the break, I've never been to Alaska, but it's on my list to get there someday, and you said please come.
And it's definitely worth doing.
Very nice. So tell us a little bit more about tomorrow night, the specifics as far as time and location.
It's going to be at 7 o'clock on the fairgrounds in Palmyra. So Thursday night, 7 o'clock in Palmyra. At the hall there they have on the fairgrounds. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce the name, but I think they'll have a little refreshments and we'll talk about Alaska and look at some video.
Cool. And it's inside then, if it's inside?
Oh yeah, it's definitely inside. It'll be warm.
Oh, the temperatures like this, you might be used to.
Not too bad.
So what is it like for you when you find the gold, and then what time, or how does it leave your place before it becomes bars or jewelry?
What we do is there's the different sizes of gold. You have anywhere from dust up to nuggets. The nuggets we find aren't that big, about a ½ ounce, and very rare at our operation. The smaller stuff, the dust that we do, is we send it off to a refinery. They melt it down. Once they melt it down into buttons or bars, then people can either buy it as investors, or jewelers can use it as in the pure form. So
lately with the prices, have you been seeing a little bit more on your end?
Yeah, it's helped out quite a bit. We haven't been finding as much gold as we have in the past, but it does help to find, to have that prices higher to offset the cost of the fuel and some of the equipment and things like that.
Any idea how much gold is in the world? I'd heard once it would all fit inside like an Olympic swimming pool, and I don't know if that's true.
I'd heard a little bigger than maybe 66 foot by 66 foot cube, but I'm not positive on that,
so
and no one really
big,
knows. It's rare, that's why it's worth something.
Right, and your whole family does this?
My dad owns the mine. My dad does it. Like I said, I'm a librarian, so I try to help out in the summers when I can, get some time off from work. When I was first starting out, I did 3 full summers up there with my dad, but he really runs it and puts a lot of effort into it. And he built the mining plant that we'll be showing some video of. He designed and built himself.
Interesting. So again, tomorrow night in Palmyra at 7 o'clock, there at the Flower City Park, right?
At the state park.
Okay, where the state, the fairgrounds park, and it's in the hall there. And I apologize. I grew up 10 minutes from Palmyra down in Hannibal. I can't think of the name of the hall, but you'll find it. 7 o'clock. Hear all about gold mining in Alaska.
All right.
Zane, thanks so much for getting up early with us this morning.
Oh, thanks.
All right, now it is back to Hannah.